Hello ladies and gentlemen, Andrew here, and today I would like to teach you how to find the height of a box if you know the length, the width, and the volume. So let's start off with what we know. We have to find a relationship between the volume and the lengths of the sides of a box. So the relationship is as follows, that the volume of a box, a cube, a rectangular, object, whatever you want to call it, is going to be equal to the length multiplied by the width multiplied then by the height. So in other words, if we want to find then the height of the object, we would have to divide out algebraically the length and the width from both sides, and that would allow us to now see that the height of the box would be a function of or equal to the volume of the box divided then by the length multiplied then by the width. So in order to use this formula then to solve for the height, what I would need to do is know the volume. Oh, wait a minute, we do know that. I would need to know the length. Oh, wait a minute, we do know that. And I need to know the width. Oh, wait a minute, we do know that. Now, we don't know an exact number, right, because we have variables here, but the idea is that we can now find a function that will represent the height of the box. So now what we're going to do is simply plug in the volume here. So that's going to be 18x cubed minus then 21x squared minus 40x plus 48. And that's all then being divided by the length of the box, which is 3x minus 4. So 3x minus 4 times then, 3x minus 4. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to FOIL this on out, right? You might know it by another term, but I'm basically going to take the first term here, multiply it by the first term of the second binomial, then take this and multiply it by the second term of the second binomial, etc., right? So so what we're going to get now is, why don't we just copy this? Let's make our life a little bit easier, right? We want to make this as easy and painless as possible, although it is pre-calculus, so it won't be totally painless, but, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? So let's take the 3x, multiply it then by, the 3x there. That's going to be a 9x squared. Then the 3x times the negative 4, that's going to be a negative 12x. Then take the negative 4, multiply it by the 3x, so that's going to be again a negative 12x. And then negative 4 times negative 4 is going to be positive 16. I realize that I have like terms here in the middle, so let's just erase that and make that a negative 24x, right? Negative 24x. And bada bing, bada boom, now I have the term in my denominator. So what I realize now is that basically this is going to work out to be like a long division type of problem, right? Synthetic, well, not synthetic division, because this is a quadratic in the denominator. So I'm going to look to use long division in order to solve this, right? Synthetic division works best if you have a linear function down here on the bottom, which we do not, right? That would be something like x plus 3. There could be a coefficient in front of the x, but you don't have an x squared term, all right? That would be, this is a linear function, this is quadratic. So I got to use long division. Oh, yay, right? Yay. So let's set that on up. And bam, there you have it. So what we have is we take the numerator and we plug it into the inside of this division symbol, and then the denominator goes on the outside, all right? So what I now need to do is figure out how many times does this leading coefficient or this leading term of your divisor fit into then the leading term of your dividend. So in other words, what we're setting up is we're basically doing 18x cubed divided by 9x squared. All right, 9x squared. So what you do is you do 18 divided by 9, which is 2. And the x cubed divided by x squared, which is just simply x. Whatever you come up with then, this value of 2x is going to be the quotient. All right, so what you now do is you're going to take this quotient value of 2x, put it in on the top of your long division symbol, and then we take this term now and we're going to multiply it into each term of your divisor. All right, so we do 2x multiplied by the 9x squared, and if you did this correctly, it should work out to be 18x cubed. Okay. And then you do 2x multiplied by negative 24x, right? So you're going to double the 24, so that becomes negative now 48x squared. And then you're going to do 2x times the 16, so that should work out to be 32, right? Plus 32x. Now what you do is you have to subtract this entire term from the dividend. So what's going to happen basically is every sign now of every term on in here will become opposite. All right, so if this is positive, well, now it's going to become a negative. If this is negative, then that's going to become a positive. And if this is positive, then by gosh, by golly, that's going to become negative. All right. Now, when you do that, just get rid of this negative sign on the outside. Okay. You can also get rid of the parentheses now, if you'd like. What the heck just happened there? Uh-oh. Oh, program's getting ready to crash. Yeah, what are you going to do? Now you're just going to add these together. So basically the 18x cubed minus 18x cubed should just cancel. When you look at this now, you're doing in a positive 48, negative 21, right? So that should work out to be a 27x squared. And then here you're going to do in addition basically, so that's going to be negative now 72x. Now you repeat the process. This is, oh, and by the way, there's really a 0 here, right? So you just drop down the 48. Don't forget about that. I was just seeing if you're paying attention. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the process again. This is kind of like your new dividend. And you're going to look then at your divisor, find the leading term, and see how many times that leading term fits into the leading term of the dividend. So now you're going to take 27x squared, so 27x squared, divided then by 9x squared. So same process, 9 fits in, right, or 27 divided by 9 is going to be 3. X squared divided by x squared is just 1. So the value is here of 3, positive 3. So what you do is you take a positive 3, you're basically going to add it now to the 2x. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this term, the 3, the positive 3 that is, and you're going to multiply it now by each term of your divisor. All right. So let's do the first one. So we do 3 multiplied by the 9x squared, and if you did this correctly, it should work out to be 27x squared. 3 times then the negative 24x, oh boy, I'm a little tired right now. 3 times 4 is going to be 12, and then 3 times this is 72. Okay, 72, cool. So that's going to be a minus 72x. All right, and then a 3 times the 16, oh no, all right, 180, 40, 48, right? Okay, 48, so that's going to be a plus 48. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, remember, you have to subtract this entire term, so all the signs on in here just switch. That becomes a negative, this becomes a positive, and this is going to then become a negative. All right, and after you do that, just get rid of the parentheses and then that negative symbol on the outside. And you can now simply just add these on up, and wait a minute. That looks kind of beautiful, right? Cancels, see you later, cancels, see you later, and bye-bye. So you're left with no remainder. Now that sounds really good to me, right? Probably did that right. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When you took now the volume and you divided it by then the length multiplied by the width, you found the height. So here it is. Here's the height. 2x plus 3. Thank you for tuning in. I really do hope this video helped. And if it did, like, subscribe, maybe even tell some of your classmates. We love you guys so much. We really appreciate all the support you've been showing us. And thank you so very much for recommending our channel. It really does mean the world to us. So, you know, thank you really from the bottom of our heart. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.